Hello, mentors. This is Ms. Canales, your Gear Up coach. This week's lesson is going to be on California community colleges. The objective of this week's lesson is that mentors will learn about the California community college process and will understand the two options that students have while attending a community college. The first option being you can transfer to a four-year institution, and the second option being you can receive an associate's degree or a short-term career trade certificate. On the second objective is mentors will learn to map out their community college course load for one semester using the intersegmental general education transfer curriculum, or the IGETC, and the educational plan. Graduation rates. So I'm going to read this quote out loud and give you guys a second to process what you guys think this means. So 58% of students who began at a four-year earned a bachelor's compared to 10% who started at a two-year. So think about that. So the previous slide addressed college completion data of students who attain a four-year college versus a two-year college immediately after high school. Although many students choose to attend a community college after high school for many reasons, the same students often struggle transferring out to a four-year college after the 2 years. In some cases, it takes students longer to transfer and or to attain an associate's degree. We're going to go over some of the reasons why students often do not persist while attaining a community college. It could be change of major, math and English courses that might be difficult, working full-time or part-time while still having to go to school, financially instability, so like not being financially stable, family stress, match and fit. Sometimes we might go to a school that matches with us, but it's not the best fit for us. So it's really important to try to find a school that's the best fit. Lack of information and lack of exposure to course or courses curriculum. So now we're going to go over the transfer requirements. So these are the minimum requirements a student needs to satisfy if they would like to transfer from a community college to a CSU, UC, or a private college. To be eligible for a CSU, students need to satisfy the minimum GPA requirements of a 2.0, complete specific coursework, complete 60 units or more, which is equivalent to 20 to 25 classes, and complete courses for their major of choice. To be eligible for UC, students need to satisfy the minimum GPA requirements of a 2.4, complete specific coursework, complete 60 units or more, which is also equivalent to 20 to 25 classes, and complete coursework for the major of choice. The requirements for private schools vary as these are independent institutions. It is highly recommended for students to achieve a 3.0 or above to be competitive student for transferring while in community college. While there are several other transfer requirements in the slide, we will mostly focus on the 60 units that are mentioned for both the CSU and the UC throughout the rest of this lesson. Like I mentioned, the minimum CSU GPA is a 2.0, and although the minimum GPA is a 2.0, it is actually highly recommended for students to maintain a 3.0 GPA to be more competitive for the college application process. This blue document right here provided, you guys can go ahead and pause the video or screenshot this. This tells you more information on the minimum requirements for the CSU systems. And you also have your breadth requirements here. You can also pause the video and have this as reference. These are the classes that you will be having to take if you transfer from a community college into the CSU system. For UCs, the minimum GPA is a 2.4, but again, it is highly recommended for students to maintain a 3.4 or and above to be more competitive in the UC admissions system. And then you see here this yellow document that provides more information on the minimum requirements for the UC systems. You see here both have a minimum of 60 transferable units. The CSUs and the UCs both require that. All right. Now, this is the Intersegmental General Education Transfer Curriculum Requirements, or the IGETC. For the purpose of this lesson, I will be referring to it as the IGETC. So the IGETC is very similar to the A through G requirements in high school. Just like your A through G requirements, the courses in the IGETC are requirements that students need to take and to transfer out. These courses will be reviewed by admissions officers at CSUs and UCs to ensure that you have met the minimum requirements to be admitted into their campuses. The following slides that I'll show you will show you an example of what a student's classes would look like if they would go into a community college. IGETC. And as you guys can see, it's split up into areas and then groups within the areas. So, if you see in area 1, which is English, you will have to take one course in each group. So that is a total of 3 courses to satisfy area 1. And then you see area 2, which is mathematics. You have to take one course in that area. And then you see here in the arts and humanities, a total of 3 courses. And in total, you will have 7 courses, which is 21 to 23 units, just from areas 1 and 2 and 3. Now you see areas 4. So area 4 is social and behavioral sciences. You need to choose at least 3 courses from this section. The highlighted section in the yellow are the classes offered at Santa Monica Community College. Each number represents a different class. So for example, in group 10, media 1 is different from media 4 and media 10. This means that as a student, you have the options to choose 3 courses that are different. In this case, it would be a good idea for you to take AD just 1, Anthro 2, and History 10. This is a way of satisfying 3 courses offered from just area 4. And then finally, area 5. You're told to take 2 courses only from the physical and biological science. These classes tend to be more strenuous as they are science courses, which also include a lab. In total, from this IGETC, the total number of classes are 12 classes. Please keep in mind that majors play a big role in your transfer admissions decision when you are at a community college. Please be careful in selecting a major while in community college. The key to being successful in community college is choosing a major and taking the classes needed for that major along with your IGETC courses. Again, it's also important to know whether you want to transfer into a 4-year at all, or if you want to complete an associate's degree, which can also take about the same time, but it usually takes 1 to 3 years. So the total goal is 60 units, so which is equivalent to 20 to 25 classes in order to transfer. Many times, students don't receive the basic piece of information when enrolling at a community college. A lot of times, students don't know that they only get to 60 units and then can transfer. So just to kind of break it down more for you guys, the 60 units or the 20 to 25 classes have to come from somewhere. The worst thing you can do in a community college as a community college student is to take random classes. This can impact your transcript negatively when you're trying to transfer out and apply to admissions at a CSU or UC or private college. Remember that, guys. Remember we went over the basics of the IGETC in the previous slides. We saw that 12 classes come from the Santa Monica College. This means that 36 units have been completed from the 60 units. We're then left with 24 units or 8 classes that need to be satisfied. These 8 classes come from the major. Remember, to be a competitive student, you need to satisfy major classes to be a competitive student for that transfer path. And then again, just another reminder, one class is equivalent to 3 to 5 units, depending. Some classes are more units if they include a lab. And then 60 units divided by 3 comes out to be 20 classes, give or take. Now I want to talk a little more about short-term careers. Short-term careers are often overlooked at a community college. These short-term careers are highly recommended for students who do not want to transfer out to a 4-year college or university. Some of these short-term careers can also help students attain an associate's degree. Please consider a short-term career if you are not thinking about transferring to a 4-year college or university. Some of these short-term careers take from 1 to 3 years to attain. So displayed, you can see some of the examples of the certificates or the associate's degrees that you can actually receive through community college. You can see medical assistant, health information technology, respiratory therapy, fingerprinting, fire officer, automotive, customer service, coding, cosmetology. The list goes on, guys. I know there's other programs also that include occupational therapy, physical therapy assistant, and again, these are 2-year programs that you can attain at a community college or even at a private school. So here is an example of a short-term career in automobile from East Los Angeles College. The Automobile Technology program offers an associate's degree. However, to attain an associate's degree, students need to complete a total of 67 units, and the list of courses circled right here. So according to the section circled, students would need to take a total of 44 units of automo courses, which is about 9 to 10 classes. In addition to these 9 to 10 classes from Automo courses, students need to take 21 units from the IGETC, which is about 7 classes in total. So a total of 67 units would grant the student an associate's degree in automobile technology. And now here are some important documents you need to familiarize yourself with. So schedule of classes. The schedule of classes is one of the most important documents that you will need to stay on track during your community college career. It looks so overwhelming. I know you don't even want to read it or look at it because it's so small, and trust me, I don't even want to look at this. It looks like so much. But in the schedule of classes, you will find that the courses being offered for that semester. For example, in the image, you can see that in sociology, right here in sociology, classes are offered for fall 2020 at Santa Monica College. You will also see the time each class is offered, and that is how students accommodate their schedule while they're in college. So this is pretty much how you are going to be able to make your schedule. And I won't spend too much time on this. And I want to talk more about your educational plan. So the educational plan is a very important document that you need to familiarize yourself with. The document will be used by your college counselor and me to create your plan for the for the 2 to 6 years that you are in community college. Think of it as your map to get your associate's degree or your short-term career. We highly, highly recommend to stay organized in college so that you can map out and strategize your community college career. To complete these lessons, you will be creating an educational plan for yourself. You will only be creating a plan for your freshman year of college. So just the first year. And this is just an example of how you guys are going to set up your courses for each semester. All right, now for your assignment, community college assignment. Your assignment is to create an educational plan for yourself. You will need to look at the Santa Monica College IGETC and create a schedule for yourself. You will only need to create your schedule for the fall, summer. After you are done creating your freshman schedule, please upload to Google Classroom. And I think I have an example. Boom. So there you go. Here's an example. You guys only have to do the freshman year. And if there are any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to reach out to me and email me, your Gear Up coach, Francis Canales. And that's fcanales@laalliance.org. Thank you so much for watching, guys. And again, if you have any questions, I know this lesson was a lot. Please reach out to me and also attend one-on-one convos.